Blues ruckman Marc Pittonet is an active part of the Carlton Respects school program, and I'm very pleased to say he joins us now in the studio. Welcome to News Breakfast.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Pleasure. So tell us a bit about this program. How does it work when you go into schools?
So to start, the Carlton Respects program is our community initiative to promote gender equality for the prevention of violence against women, and we really see it as a way of getting in at grassroots. All the research shows that the ability to build these relationships at a really early time has such a big impact later on. So we've got our school program, the Road to Respects, which is a digital resource that we've developed with industry experts. Myself and other men and women's players are involved in the program just to give that role model and really show what those relationships look like. And so it's just being able to build that early relationship, that relationship understanding at a grassroots level.
And how, what age do you target when you go into the schools? Is it primary school kids that you go speak to?
So primary school kids, we think the earlier the better, because it's such an early issue that it's such a small thing can have such a big impact. So if we can establish that as they're in those developing years, it can really form those really strong relationships as they move through high school and into later life.
What do the kids tell you when you speak to them about this and about the program as it rolls out? What is some of the feedback you get?
They're incredibly receptive, and so just being able to see the feedback that we get where they, one, understand sort of what you'd think would be common sense, but also understanding of, I wouldn't have known that that's something that wasn't quite right, and so being able to get that at an early age where they get that awareness of, this isn't what we quite thought, it's really good to know now, and then being able to get showcased from someone like myself and the other men and women's players, and they go, oh, I can see this in real time, what this looks like, how this goes. And fortunately, with the position we're in with football, a lot of them want to be like us, so we can really model that and promote that really well.
Do you think that works, that kids are a bit more receptive to that because you come in as footy players, as men and women footy players, that they look up to you guys as all of you as role models? Do you think that means that they're a bit more engaged with the program as well?
Absolutely. It's a very fortunate position we're in where, because we can come and meet them from a sports level, we can break down those barriers, especially with where women's sport's getting to at this point, to both sides to be able to come in and perform like that, really just makes it such a great platform to launch from.
And what do you get out of it when you go in and speak to these kids?
For myself personally, I've seen the impact that the bigger issues had women in my own life, and so the way I view it is just being able to give back and play my role and trying to have women in my own life have a better environment in the future, as well as one day I'm sure I'll have kids, so I hope they have a better environment to grow up in.
Given, you know, we've seen especially this year and this real sort of groundswell of support for change, that we really need to do something now. I mean, this program's been going on for a while, but how important do you think it is in the context that we're in right now?
Absolutely. I mean, with the issue we've got at the moment, I mean, as we all know, the only acceptable number is 0. So all the work that's been doing, the attention that's happening is just integral. So the role that we see ourselves doing is just being an ally to the sector. And while a lot of stuff's happening at the later stage right now with the violence, then we can play our role at trying to create that generational change.
Marc, just before you go, so this program is free for schools to sign up, and people can head to the link carltonrespects.com.au.